are live talking about Daredevil Born Again, episode 8. How are you, Matt?
I'm a little sick, like usual. Some problem with my throat, so I would some maybe I will or a time to talk with you today about Daredevil, but I try my best. I have a glass of water with me, so when time to time I will drink to help me. But other than that, I'm happy to be here to talk about Daredevil. As usual, is a good show, and it's always a pleasure to talk with you about the stuff. And you, Muti, how are you doing?
I'm doing great. Thank you for joining me despite having a cold or some allergies. We don't
Yeah,
know. Uh,
allergy, I guess.
thank you very much. And I will start by saying I had a blast and I sound like a broken record. I will let you start on episode 8. What did you think of episode 8?
First of all, I will say I told you, Multi, Bullseye is back.
I'm
Uh,
surprised. I was shocked. I was like, really? They have the money to bring him back?
I read about that. He's part of the reshoot of the show. So
Oh,
and the originally the Daredevil Born Again, you have not Bullseye in it, and you have not Karen in the show either. But when they reshoot, the first episode, the first episode change, and he add Bullseye, and he add Karen, and Karen will be more important for the season two. And Bulai,
I'm shocked.
yeah, and Bulai become a more bigger villain for this new the new take of the show, because in the season three he was the main villain, and he
Yeah,
have not complete this arc. So for the fan, the when he reshoot, he take this character back, and Karen too, because fan love the character of Karen. She was a good character, and the actress is such a good actress. You not see
actress.
the actress, you not see the actress too much opportunity in the cinema. Is a shame, because I like this actress, but is sorry for
She's mostly known for True Blood and and Daredevil.
yeah. And now she worked for D&D. She won she created many story for D&D, and she organized some party game for D&D. She a big fan of that. But other than that, in the cinema, you can other than Daredevil, and you say True Blood, she did not have a big career. It's a shame, I think. But yeah, for the this, like I say, Bula is back. You can see the new threat of the show, because in the precedent episode, Moose was killed. That was something I was shocked, because I believe this was the main villain for the season one, and he was killed too fast. I would say. Uh, uh, in my mind, the Moose will be there to the end of the season one, but you know, not everything worked great for the storytelling. And Moose I think Moose may deserve better than that, but another story. So yeah, you have, but Eyes is back, and you can see he's very dangerous man. He has you can see the skill. He killed one guard with the two. That is a typical of Bolai, because Bolai have the ability to change everything in the he take a weapon. So he take a rock, he take a spoon, he take I don't know a telecommand, and that become a weapon for him, because he has so agility with the arm.
You are searching for the word remote controller.
Yeah, remote controller. Everything he take with the arm, with this the arm, it become a weapon. That's the thing with the Blue's eyes. He's very intelligent for that. And then in this episode, you see he kill one guy with his toe. That is the thing that Blue Eyes does. And I was like, that nice, because in the prison, when you see Blue Eye in the season three, and then the first episode is fight with knife, and with some other thing, but you can see the true Bulai, and that is one of the things that Burais does. He uses everything to create a weapon. So I like that. I like the character. He good. He had good development here. You can see, he's a psychopath, but he has his own issue when he and you had this scene in the prison when he take another place and he's tried to stress about that and call Matt to help him, and Matt don't want to help him, and he smashed the head on the table. So he decide to escape the prison to survive, and he go to try to kill Fisk because the fault is Fisk. But that the twist of the this episode is not the fault of the Wilson Fisk, but the Vanessa Fisk. So it's not a big reveal, but it's a good twist, I think. I like this twist because in the first episode, Wilson Fisk said to Matt that he had not broken this promise to not touch him and his friend. So I was like, okay, that makes sense. But when
Vanessa.
yeah, but that makes sense that but Vanessa decide to try to kill them to help the husband, and so this is a twist, entertaining twist, and the final shot of the episode when Matt take a bullet to protect Fisk. This scene exists in the comic. I have one comic when you have this scene, so you take this scene from the comic. I like that. That evil protect Wilson Fisk. It's some poetic scene. You can see that because he protect this arch enemy. So yeah, good scene for that.
And that
You,
also goes back. It's some kind of payoff to the prison scene where Bulleye is like, good guys they protect bad guys even if they are enemies. So that's a nice payoff as well.
yeah, it's a nice payoff, like you say. Another thing I like about the episode, but it's not a big thing. But we have a little taste again of the character played by Tony Dalton, Sworn Man. He's there again. He's play one of the rich guy to Wilson Fisk had asked for money, and he revealed that he know this identity of Sworn Man. So I hope we see more of Sworn Man again. Because he's a character interesting. Like I said before, he's the mentor of Hawkeye. He's the master of the sword, and you see a little of that in the 2-3 episodes of Daredevil when some TV show the scene when Superman fight some people in the street. I want to see a little more of that. It's just a little touch to say, hey, this show is not just a Daredevil show. It's a Marvel show. You have other character work around that, and I like that. It's more interesting that the father of Miss Marvel was amusing to see the father of Miss Marvel, but I think this worked better for the character of someone. He makes sense for the purpose of the storyline of this show. And again, all actor was great in this show. That it was a more more what the word in more conflict with himself in this episode. He want to be Daredevil, he want to help, but again he's so frustrated that nothing work great, what he want, and he can see now that he can see this relationship with this new girlfriend will become the end soon because she not see the same vision you see as for Fisk. You see Fisk like a treat and not this
That's right.
threat and not this girlfriend. So I think he will be broke up. So yeah, I'm not surprised about that, but I hope that's why Karen will be back because I feel Karen work better with him. We see in the future. Yeah, and the side of the Fisk with his wife Vanessa when he revealed Vanessa that he keep alive this ex boyfriend, and she decided to kill him to prove that the two can work out together. They are a solid couple. Good image, good image. I like that. And the
That's kind of crazy to think about it. Like, you get cheated on, and all you can sell it, all you solve it, you just shoot it.
yeah, yeah. and and it's funny because I watched two shows this past week with the same actress. The actress play Vanessa Fisk. She is in the Amazon show House of David. It's a show about David versus Goliath. A great show. Interesting to see. And this show, she's played the Queen of Israel, and she plays like this pure character, believe in God, everything. And in Daredevil, she's
Pew, pew.
yeah, exactly. So it's amazed that this actress is so good to play different kind of character. You need to see the House of David just for that, because she is a complete different character in this show. So I was amazed to see that in the same week. So yeah, and yeah, one of the best episode of the season one so far. I enjoy pretty much this episode, particularly because Bolais is back I don't know if you know that, but Bulai is one of the main villain of the Daredevil in the comic. You have Wilson Fisk, of course, but the second close after Wilson Fisk is Bullseye. So this is why I'm so excited to see him back, because he's the one that give a big threat.
Threat.
I difficulty to say that. Uh,
That's fine. It's similar to treat, and treat
yeah,
is like candy. It's like it's a dessert. It's something like that. So it's normal that threat
yeah.
and treat are very different
But
but
yeah, like,
complicated.
but yeah, but guys, I'm happy. I want to see more of him. I hope he's but not just here for like two episodes and he's gone like Muse, because Muse was
Wasted.
wasted, but little wasted, because I feel this, like I said before, this villain deserve a little more, like maybe go to the end of the season one. But maybe it's okay for maybe it makes sense. Or we'll see in the final, the last episode next week. But yeah, I want to hear about what the opinion you and Dragoon.
Perfect. Well, Dragon, welcome among us. What did you think of episode 8? And I gotta say, like, Bulleye, I didn't know he was really big in the comic, but I wasn't surprised when Matt said so, because, I mean, Bulleye was also in that really terrible Daredevil movie we had in 2003.
Yeah.
So,
Really?
yeah.
Really? Really? You're gonna go that route?
Yeah.
We don't talk about this
I
movie.
I love it's the French accent. You can't say bull's eye. But no, it's not a bad episode. I mean, you got one more before the finale.
Well, actually, that's the finale next week.
Yeah, one more
Yeah.
ish. And then you're going to have roughly the see, so the idea, right? You kind of knew that Bullseye was going to get moved. He's going to have to get out because clearly, I mean, they've been teasing it. Like, he's going to do something. I mean, and he is a classic Daredevil villain. Like,
Yeah.
that's the thing you have to understand about him. Like, he's always going to be there. Like, what is that? You have like a couple. Like, Daredevil has his regular rogues gallery ish, but like clearly like Bullseye. Like, the question is like, what is he going to actually do? Like, and then you get to the point where you have to resolve, of course, the hypothetically. No, sorry, because by the time you schedule this stream, right, I was actually cooking and have to do my own. It's a mess. But yeah, it's not a bad episode because I need to go back and rewatch it because there's like probably I've been watching it off and on a little bit. But so yeah, you see the identity of the swordsman, the blood, and
I kind of find it interesting, Sertikatio, because I feel like maybe I get some space there, but I feel like guys kind of missed some point. Maybe you did notice it, but didn't really think about it. But that scene. Oh, you're there.
well, I'm here. Yes.
Okay, but I will just finish the idea. Is Matt hearing um about Fisk threatening the Swordman was to tell Matt what Fisk does with the intel he has on people, blackmail. So he never really left that crime scene or that stage, if we can call it that way. He's still like in his thug stage, which is very interesting. So I will let you talk, Dlord.
So the thing about like okay, Fisk blackmailing in that because you remember the whole premise initially of Shadowlands in the original storyline, not Shadowlands, but Born Again. We're not to Shadowlands yet.
No.
Hopefully, is he doesn't like vigilantes, but it's like even he was still half in the underworld. Regardless, he can't leave it behind.
Yeah,
See, but there's also the precedent decree. He's not going to tolerate. Um, he isn't going to tolerate the. He's already told. Remember the conversation with Daredevil he had in the beginning of the series.
if you suit up, I'm going after you.
Yup. He doesn't want vigilantes. Now, in the comics in Born Again, it's more Matt Murdock going insane slowly but surely. This is why it's going to be very weird. Like, he gets up to a point he snaps, and whether or not, I think they're going to take this and Shadowlands and mix it together. You're going to have to because they killed off the main villain. Now you need, like, this is like the hump episodes before you get to the latter half.
Yeah.
And it's not like the episodes itself. Like, normally, as I said, I've been trying to do 3 things at once today and then had an appointment yesterday. So the combination of him finding out the identity and blackmailing the guy, like he already knows what White Tiger was taken off the board. So, but we don't know of anything. Like we don't know the status of Luke Cage or any of the other heroes that lurk around Hell's Kitchen or Brooklyn. So I'm pretty sure they're in the universe as well. So they have to leave this off about right. Because Dax is always either going to, or Dax is basically going to get out. I just call him Bullseye.
Yeah.
The only other person similar to him is that, and thinking about in Daredevil, he's a sadistic bastard anyways.
Yeah.
Like him, I think it was Matt, wasn't it? It was Bullseye or was it Crosshair that shot Captain America at the end of Civil War?
Crossbone.
It's Crossbone, yeah, sorry.
Yeah.
Crossbone is the other one I'm thinking of because they're very similar in terms, but Bullseye is basically evil to his core.
Yeah.
I mean, he doesn't. So the idea of the series is going to have to get to that point. Now, you know, it's kind of like you got to look at it this way. He's always going to be, because he has that port project he wants done. And you're going to have to see, basically, right? Like, he's going to. It's like how we're going to get here. I mean. And it's also, too, they resolve the plot with the affair. Because it's also not like the wife is innocent either.
Yeah.
In the comics, she's something herself. You think Kingpin?
But even there, like she kind of double crossed the guy that wanted Kingpin out. So even in the show, she is a villain of her own.
Oh no, she's a villain in her own right. Because remember in the last episode, she literally played the one guy go, "Oh, you can kill him, take over his seat at the head of the table."
Yeah, double
But
cross.
But she basically plays it off like nothing happens. But she also knows Fisk can hurt her, but like he chooses not to. She is just as bad as him. In
Yeah,
some cases in the comics, she's worse.
I want to
But
see that.
she's because apparently, but it depends also in this universe how it works. Um, you're basically like it's more or less, and then you have the finale where I guess he lets himself. Like I guess you have to tell like the one guy to murder Daredevil that or I guess the guy like he's going to tell like I guess well yeah like he's gonna Fisk is gonna spill the identity of Daredevil.
Yeah,
Now whether or not it's a plot or a ploy that Dax was supposed to shoot Daredevil, shoot Fisk. That sounds like that might be a long term.
but I feel like the sole fact that Matt took the bullet for Fisk would give him some kind of protection aura for quite some time, because I feel like he is the hero of the day. He's the guy that saved the mayor, and I think that may grant some protection to some extent.
But here's the thing, that's part of it, yes. But also the part you have to think about it is he's going to try because okay, you're going to have that. He's going to have to get rid of him at some point.
Yeah,
Like either something's going to happen because in the comics he hired killers to kill not just Daredevil but to go after other vigilantes. Because the irony at the time of Born Again, you still have what Spider-Man in New York City. He's mayor of New York City, so New York City is like a major hub. It's not like the only one. You still have Luke Cage up all of them, but he only concerned himself with Daredevil. He's known who Daredevil is the entire time. So you have to think about, was he just going to have him murdered in cold blood, or Murdoch basically saves Fisk's life? Now, if they do have the twist that Daredevil was going to be murdered and he saves him as a ploy just to save his own life or set up Fisk, because at the same time it's probably going to still come down to a confrontation between the two.
yeah,
It's either going to happen this season or the end of next, which is the next batch of episodes, because somehow Fisk is going to have to get exposed and removed.
yeah,
So if in it, but again, the motivations for people, basically you have to understand. The artist gets murdered in the affair. Vanessa turns out to be evil.
yeah.
Look, she has no second thoughts. Like, she could get her husband killed if she wanted to.
She doesn't want to, but
There's
she
a
could.
thing, because, again, the city... But Fisk also realizes someone has to be the head of the table.
Yeah.
Now, this is where you have to key. We have one more episode before the break. Now, if they are going to go into Shadowlands, something's going to have to. Like, first off, it's pretty convenient, even without the comic standard, of why someone like like in a moment, Dexor, aka Bullseye, gets moved to Gin Pop. You always know he's going to be a hired gun regardless.
Yeah.
Like, and what, he just gets out of the prison? Hell, that's why in the MCU they have the Raft.
Yeah.
The Raft is there for a reason. At one point, the raft was actually in another dimension.
That's good.
So you have to understand, in the comics, it's not like the idea of the raft to have any criminals or the ones they can't hold, because worst comes to worst, you can sink it in the ocean. And half the people will drown.
Issue solved.
I don't know if that would kill the Hulk, but
That would kill most of them.
It depends. But the idea, and obviously, but it looks like Daredevil, like, it looks like either he knew he was going to save him, or that, because why at the end would you have the payoff where Kingpin's about to be shot? Or was he shooting at someone else?
I think he was about to shoot Kingpin as payback for placing him in
jail.
Yeah, well, it put more in the place where everyone was at, because he was isolated from everyone, and now Kingpin just sent him in the wild, as they call it.
See, there's like little stuff. I mean, no, Gin Pop would be better than Solitaire. He could probably get out.
Well, it's also more dangerous. That was clearly to try to end his life.
Could be that.
Not could be that. It was exactly that. He wanted to get rid of him.
But you also forget, though, he's not exactly the pushover either, Multi.
Yeah, but the best way to get rid of him is to make him play with the other criminal he helped putting away.
Okay, yeah. The idea. But then again, in a comic sense, if he's an assassin and a person, the dude could probably kill you with, like, multiple ways.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm saying, like, episode-wise, it's still a good episode. Like, he's trying to get the support for the port project. And then we'll see what kind of happens with everything else. But yeah, part of me still feels it's a payoff that he doesn't intend to kill, like, Daredevil.
Yeah.
Like, part of the reason he wants him dead, but he doesn't want them dead, because, look, realistically, it would serve Fisk better with Daredevil alive, because I don't think the cops would have found Muse.
Yeah, that's true.
And in the comics, Muse can take down cops and people. So you need. It's kind of like
you have spread power, so yeah.
Oh yeah, no. In the comics, he's bad. Like, he's like, you can, like, somebody has a weakness, right? Like, Bullseye is very similar to Deadshot, but he still has a weakness to a degree.
Yeah.
Muse doesn't. And then it's eventually either what's going to happen is, because we don't know, kind of. We'll know how they do the episode next week, though. So,
do you want to add anything else?
No, I'm pretty good. I'm just waiting on to see what happens. But you got to understand, he does know he has to keep the streets in line, as well as the people in the city.
Yeah.
Because
That's Fisk shenanigan there.
Because he's not going to leave being a crime boss. He's one of those people, right? Like, what is it? We compare him, his character overall is like Lex Luthor, but more villainous.
Yeah.
Like, no matter how much Lex Luthor even tries to go straight, so to speak, he always either goes back. But there has been storylines where Fisk goes straight for a period, then his wife just drags him right back. In a case, it's like Lex Luthor. Like, there's been stories where he becomes, like, when Lex Luthor becomes president, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's still scheming to a degree, but he's trying to also. But
Do
Lex
some
Luthor's
good.
core plot is he still wants to go after Superman.
Yeah.
Kingpin still has grudges,
Yeah.
but you can't both be a head crime boss and be a leader. But
Yeah.
that doesn't happen.
It doesn't work. So I guess that's my go to talk about episode 8. I will second what Matt said. I think it's one of my favorite episodes this season. It's actually my second favorite episode. I'd say my favorite remains episode 6, the big takedown of Muse before last week. Like when he was about to end that girl's life and Daredevil just shows up and destroy the guy. I really like that. So I'd say episode 8, close second for me. I really liked it a lot. There was a lot going on, and I had no issues whatsoever. And here they explain more Matt losing faith in the system, and he kind of unleashed that on his boss. And that was a very cool scene that kind of explain why he did reach that breaking point we were waiting for him to reach the entire season. That was really cool. But now we are 8 episodes in, and I feel like the 3 issues I have with the entire season are still there, but we'll get back to that probably next week because we will have the entire thing next week. We will have episode 9 next week. Um, what else? Poindexter escaping, Bulleye escaping. That was very fun. Um, it was also well shown in the episode how the squad Kingpin created is really deep into abuse of power. And I feel like that kind of stuff will blow up in Fisk's face because he's the one that hired these thugs to do that job, and they wreak havoc. They burn people ends and such. That's grim. That's disgusting, and it's not appropriate. It's not really good. Um, so that will blow up in Kingpin face eventually. I cannot wait for that. Um, Matt being all about Daredevil again, even during the party, that was kind of cool. It gives me vibes from season 2 when it was all about Daredevil. Because in season 2, he kind of neglected his career as a lawyer just to be Daredevil, and Claire was criticizing him for doing that on that rooftop scene where they talked and talked. And I feel like we are back there. So Daredevil did regress a lot by losing Foggy. Um, Another very interesting thing. Um, Matt learning about Foggy knowing he'd win a case, that was cool. I also felt like maybe that was a way to maybe tell you, yes, Foggy knew he'd win, but maybe I was thinking before they revealed Vanessa may have shot him. I had that quick thought of maybe that wasn't Foggy. So maybe someone else replaced Foggy during that night. I don't know. Maybe I try to give some explanation to the writer on why Foggy would still be alive. Um, and maybe someone else got shot by Bulleye. Um, I don't know. Uh, the hint at drinking something else that Foggy doesn't drink. That's a very odd thing to tell there in the script. That was interesting. Now, what else? I go through my notes. Uh, the guy being awkward with the journalist girl was cool. So when I say the guy, it's Fisk kid. It's like the boy that idolized Fisk. It was very awkward with the girl. Like you can tell the kid is like probably in love with her, and that's weird because he did threaten her, he did blackmail her in the previous week, and now he's just acting normal. So that's weird and interesting at the same time. So you cannot tell the characters are forgettable. You just cannot do that because that guy is probably a depiction of incel to some extent. Um, he is just original, I guess, or interesting. Blackmailing the girl you love. Who thought of that? um, what else? Fisk bending the rule for his own gain made sense. The perfect example would be Poindexter being moved. Uh, Vanessa ending the guy life was interesting. How do they patch up their relationship issue? Shoot the guy. It's very Vanessa like. I can already said that during Matt's review. Matt questioning how Kingpin would know about Matt's girlfriend was kind of cool. Um, and yeah, that episode was very very fun. And Yurik niece meeting the chief of police was kind of fun because now you realize even if she pretend to play on Fisk's side, she's still against him, and that's fun. We need that.
And that connect to the season before because she's there to take down Fist because Fist killed this uncle. His uncle was dead in the season 2, 3. I'm not no I remember, but
That was season one.
season one. Season one is sometime I not see the show, but yeah, she here to revenge the uncle dead. So I like that disconnection with the past season. It's a little touch, but a good touch.
Yeah, I really like Born Again. I had a blast every week. I will repeat what I already said in previous streams. I feel like the individual episodes are rock solid. I think some of the issues are more with the entire season. And so far, my three issues with the entire season remain. Um, the cop friend, or I should say the retired cop friend, he didn't get any character arc, so he's a filler character. He's just there to be a moral campus. That's cool to have a moral campus, but you need more to be a compelling character. Um, it's just not enough for me. And the boss, I'm sorry, but outside of pretending to be part of the show, she's not really needed. She's another filler character. I feel like the pacing overall of the entire season might be a bit off, but more like all of the street interviews. Uh, as much as I like a lot of the street interviews, I feel like they overuse it and they overplay it. It's cool to have some. Again, it gives character to the city. But is every single street interview needed? Because no, I don't think so. Because a lot of the street interview tell the same thing, so they bring back over and over and over again the same point. Not great. And I also feel like Born Again. I know it's different because now we got Muse and Kingpin is mayor, but Matt character arc is very similar to what he had with season 3. It's about his identity and it's it's okay, but I feel like we already did that. Like he was having struggle with his identity, so he wore the black suit again, and now he's having trouble with his identity. He is no longer Daredevil for most of the season, and that's fine. That's part of his character arc. But I feel like they are already running out of ideas, and it's kind of sad. I like this show, and I like Matt Murdock. He's cool. Probably my favorite MCU character. Uh, but yeah, overall, this season so far is solid. It has some issues. In episode 8, I had a blast. I guess that's kind of
So are you? So is your like thing like issue with it is the weird pacing? Like personally, I feel like okay when you think Daredevil Born Again, you think of Born Again. You don't think of it. I spotted the Shadowland storyline in there probably about beginning of the season or through half of the stuff because okay, so there's like a couple lead ups. Now, there you could spot it because it deals with Matt being a broken person. You need a reason.
Yeah,
Now, the show
but we
itself,
already knew that with season 1 and 2.
but okay. Shadowlands is very easy to adapt. I mean, they may not use the hand or the beast, basically, because that would be too damn weird. You would also have to somehow bring like Wong in to basically purge him of it. Because he almost outright kills people and goes insane totally.
Yeah.
Which that granted, as I said, they're not going to touch the mystical side. I'll be shocked if they do. Because like with the show itself, it's trying to give the character city because they're leaving it as self-contained. Because they're not bringing in Spider-Man, they're not bringing in anybody.
Keep it that way. You don't need the others.
It will be interesting if, like, okay, who would have they brought in? Maybe had a cameo from the Immortal Fist, the Iron Fist, basically, depending on how you want to call him,
Yeah.
Iron Fist, or have Luke Cage come around. Because it's kind of weird we've had no references, but a lot of this show, you got to understand, was cobbled together and changed. That's why I think episode 5, they reworked certain stuff, but it's reworked for the better.
Yeah.
Now, consistency may be a problem down the line, but I don't think it's going to break it. Because we'll have to see in the latter half, because let's assume they rework the show at some point. Let's assume they reworked the script. Because episode 5 felt like a very different episode.
Yeah.
So maybe there were script tweaks later
And I also
on.
said it last week, I think. I feel like the boss character is more of a relic of the old version of the show, and she had a bigger role in the original thing, and they just kept her around in the rewrites and reshoots because of a contract or some kind of thing like that.
You mean the black woman?
Yeah, the boss. Yeah,
she's kind of very forgettable to me because she's just there in the office, and she's the only time you ever see her, she's trying to lecture Murdoch.
Yeah, I feel like she was part of the first version of the show, and they just kept her because of her contract. That's exactly all I feel about her. And take her out, the show is the same. I'm sorry, but she's pointless. I hate this shit.
And you downplay, but I think the buddy cop situation. But because without
he doesn't have a character arc. He's just a moral campus. And it's fine to have a moral campus, but please give a character arc to your character. Otherwise, that's just a plot
should have an arc versus just being there.
Yeah, he's just there. He's just chilling there.
But other than that, we're just going to have to see how they land. Because I was thinking they would deal with Muse more towards 8 or 9.
Yeah.
Not kill him off. Because I'm like, you need another character. And I'm assuming, because rumor is Punisher's the second half.
Yeah. Well, there are photos, there are pictures with Punisher and Daredevil together.
Now, granted, it depends on how much they're going to go and touch upon Shadowlands. But, like, I want to say, too, if they go with the total black suit idea, I saw somebody like Eric D. Punks was trying to say it was a stealth suit. It's like not the case. Because every time you see it, like with the idea of a Shadowlands black suit was he was being, well, he started it before, but the iconic part comes from Shadowlands.
Yeah.
So you have to understand the idea. Either he's going to quietly dump, like, because you don't know with the show, like it's a mix, but I actually am enjoying it as well. Like I think I've seen people. It's like why it wouldn't surprise me if either Vanessa or Kingpin has a plan down the line. They go, "Oh yeah, I just moved him to Gin Pop so he could escape." But who was he to shoot at the party? That's a good question.
I wouldn't be surprised if he was really after Fisk. Because again, Fisk placed him under everyone else's radar. He endangered him. They made it
I
clear.
I guess we'll wait to next week to know the right answer about that because
Yeah,
today you can answer that,
yeah,
unfortunately.
yeah. So I will give episode 8 a 10 out of 10. I gave a lot of 10. I think the only weaker episode was the first one in my books because of the CGI that was really bad. But what would be your grade out of 10, Dlord?
I give it probably what I still give it like an 8, a 9 out of 10 ish. It is one of the better episodes from what I've seen. There's a couple of weaker ones.
Yeah,
Like the bank episode's off, but most of these have been pretty solid.
I like the bank a lot.
But you gotta understand with this show, from what I'm seeing, is I think this show benefited from the rewrites.
Yeah, for sure. Like I feel like the original version would have been a train wreck, a disaster, a abomination. Like
It would
that
have
would be
been
so
mid.
bad.
It would have probably
No, that
been
would be
mid.
bad, man. I swear, I'm telling you.
I mean,
Like,
if they let the show stay a rated R show, they
there's
could
no way
do.
that was rated R. I'm sorry, but like the original looked like a stupid courtroom drama,
No,
like
it
feels,
didn't. It kind
but
of
with
did.
people that actually knew what a courtroom drama should look like. But still, that's bad. Like, you don't need it to be rated
Well, they're
R.
going at least a more adult audience
Yeah.
because they also part of this is it. I still say this is a test line for the Punisher series they're talking about doing
It will
as
be
well,
a special short for the Punisher.
Special. Yeah.
Yeah.
or they are talking about an Elektra series because this is Marvel trying to do other marketing because it's different than their other shows because we have Thunderbolts coming up and I do not think Thunderbolts is going to be as good.
I think it will be great. But
Okay,
I will ask Matt now because we already had your grade. What would be your grade out of 10, Matt?
Oh, I will give it like a 9 of 10 for the episode. One of the best of the show. Like I say, I like to Bull's Eyes is back. Is such interesting, violent, and I excited to see more of him in the next episode. Yeah, good story for the side of Daredevil and the side of Fisk. Good storyline. So far, the show is pretty great. Some flaw for some episode, like the bank episode. You can see this not is the filler episode, but yeah, this one is one of the best. So 9 of 10 for this one.
Okay, thank you very much for sharing. Now, D-Lord, do you want to add anything else?
I do believe, like with Thunderbolts, the problem with Thunderbolts is getting it to land. Because the issue I think they're going to have with Thunderbolts is I'm going to say the name and the main villain. And Matt will probably either cringe or by his reaction, Sentry.
I know this is essentially the main villain, and I know the actor who played this
Good
character.
luck. Good luck to it. Good luck to that hero team. Because
I heard that one has a crazy power level. Like I heard,
Sentry is the answer for Marvel for Superman from DC. Is the same,
yeah, that's what I heard.
but
he's kind of like that, but he has the power. It's Sentry's power comes from the void.
yeah,
Like it's on par or below the Phoenix Force.
Oh wow. Okay.
So you are talking in the universe.
the top of the universe.
You are talking in. So when the Sentry goes nuts,
That will befriend him
you
like
need
Captain America did with Red Hulk.
you actually
That's
need
really true.
the. So there's like a period, like part of it is during the storyline, depending on what they use, is either they're gonna have him where they talk him down, and I swear to God, if they do this, it's gonna be retarded. Because the idea is
We called it.
he does suffer with like the idea of the void, because the void is inherently an evil entity, but that's what gives the Sentry power. He is not as powerful as the Phoenix Force, but it's like stopping. How would you stop an irate Superman? Not even, just to give you an idea, not even the Superman of the Eternals could stop him.
If you want image, I don't know if Dragon will read this comic, but World War Hulk, and the end of this arc, Hulk fight Sentry, and is tie in the end. The two characters fell off
What?
unconscious because Sentry is so powerful, and Hulk is so powerful, then it's just tied. The two characters fell off each other. That the power of Sentry. Okay.
Wow.
And
So
World War
let's
Hulk
have
is
them talking
arguably,
down.
and
Let's do this
World
again.
War Hulk is arguably the idea of he is one of the more powerful versions of the Hulk.
Well, he's the most powerful Hulk because he is so angry. He's lost his family and come Earth. He want to kill each big hero of the Marvel. He beat Doctor Strange. He beat the Fantastic Four. He beat Iron Man. He beat everyone. And in the end, Sentry come and he fight in New York with him. And just in the end is a tie, and the two fell off. And the end of World War Hulk, and it's so epic to see. I had this comic is something. Before that, you have Planet Hulk, another good arc for Hulk. Yeah, and this is the first.
I want to read them now because I started collecting comics a few months ago, and I've gotten a lot more DC than Marvel, and no, I've got much more Marvel than DC. So now I'm focusing on DC, but I cannot wait to get my hands on these.
So the idea, is it going to be Sentry or is it going to be the Void? Because if it is the Void, right? Because there's a version of the Sentry that they say, like, I don't like. Okay, there's also another very powerful like person similar, and it's Molecule Man. The reason why you'll never see Molecule Man in any of the MCU is I think he is only matched by Franklin Richards.
Oh yeah, the baby.
Molecule Man is only, and in the universe,
Franklin is OP. He can destroy the fabric of time.
He's more than the OP man. He can recreate the reality. That is power.
Now the thing is, Molecule Man, supposedly there's only one in the entire multiverse. Because he apparently is like Dr. Manhattan. He's everywhere. So the idea of a lot of like, that's why I really doubt Thunderbolts as a show. Because they don't have, see, the Russian guy is supposed to be a mutant. They either are going to explain that he's just very powerful. The problem is you're going against Sentry or even Void. If they say it's Void, that's going to be a hard sell for me. But what? That's about to come up. That's going to be the summer show filler.
It's a movie. It's not a show. It's a movie.
Is it a movie?
Yeah, Thunderbolts is a movie.
Yeah, he's coming in this month, and it's like
no, it's in May. It's the first weekend of May.
Yeah, and it's like the answer of the Suicide Squad from DC. Is you can take the team with many villains, and you fight other big trait. And
May 2nd. It's May 2nd.
Yeah.
It being a movie is worse because that's going to go down like Black Widow.
I don't know. Hopefully not.
You have three characters from Black Widow in this movie. You have Red Guardian, you have the new Black Widow, and you have
Taskmaster.
Taskmaster.
Yeah.
Taskmaster is back too. So yeah, the connection to Black Widow, but I think it will be better than Black Widow because you have in the base you have a better material, a better storyline to use because Thunderbolt is an old team of Marvel with some interesting characters, some interesting storyline. I know Sentry not the best way to start that. Like that, remember me when he tried the first Suicide Squad, he used Enchantress for the main villain and that not work for the purpose of the story. I hope that it would not the same for this movie. But I feel it will be a good movie because just for the cast, we have a good cast for this movie. I hope they will be interesting.
There's also Bucky that will
Yeah,
join them.
you have Bucky and you
See,
have Ghost from Ant-Man
so
2.
Yeah.
so the thing about like Sentry, as I said, he is in theory only as he is as powerful, yes, and periods as the Hulk himself, or also as powerful as the Superman equivalent that's inside of the Eternals, which they kind of when they butchered him, that was his purpose. I can't think of the guy's name at the moment right now, but he is on par where one of the Eternals guys gets brainwashed. He was about to strike and fly through the planet and destroy the planet.
That's
Literally, like he
violent.
was like flying at a like. There's people in Marvel when you know the names of the characters, it's what is their powers. So it's like I do not know. Like the idea you're definitely going to be reaching because then again, if you don't say Sentry's power is possibly cosmic, because it's not like he's just a superpowered being. It's been pretty much canon that the void is part of his power. So, and again, if you nerf Sentry, and it's kind of like, look, I'm sure no one wants the repeat of Captain Falcon. And I call him that because I'm like, oh, he's going to fight Red Hulk. I'm out. I'm like,
It's Disney we are talking about. They will talk you
Red
down,
Hulk,
don't worry.
okay. Like, Red Hulk, right, is not the most powerful Hulk. But he is still a Hulk.
Yeah.
Even what, Joe Fixit is still strong. The only reason it's like, oh. And the whole thing, too, is it's also just building up. But other than that, Thunderbolts is their next big summer project. So
Yeah, in a month. Anyway, I guess that's the perfect time for the outro. So, what do you have going on your end of the internet, Dlord?
I'm trying to finish up Kingdom Come Deliverance 2. I have Expedition 33 later in the month. Hopefully I'll be done with... I'm on the tail end of Kingdom Come Deliverance 2, and I've been doing pretty well getting at least views on that, surprisingly. But it's a long game, and I guess it's off. And Expedition 33 is towards the end. And I still say this, I'm waiting to get to people to suffer through adolescence. Oh,
Eventually, I will.
by the
don't
way,
worry.
I have my own group. They are, and I'm going to have to do a watch through of. Apparently, the new season of Doctor Who is spectacularly worse.
Oh my! I only
And
heard bad
then-
stuff about previous seasons. I
and
cannot wait to hear
apparently,
that.
though I don't believe it, I did see a horrifying article. They're teasing a follow-up mini episodes to Adolescence.
Oh my!
So double down on the bad parts. But anyways, that's all I have going on, at least. And you have...
What do you have going on your end of the internet, Matt?
Like usual, I see movie and TV show, and I write about them, but in French, so not for the audience of this show. And other than that, I work, and I gaming sometime. Actually, the past few weeks, I play Minecraft. Is It makes sense with the release of the movie Minecraft. I see this movie, but I'm a big fan of this game. I like to play time to time to Minecraft to relax, to create something. It's a simple game, fun to play. Other than
Why
that,
not going too deep into the movie? What did you think of the Minecraft movie?
oh man, I will not start that. The show was too long today, but maybe next time. But just I would just say that is a okay movie for the kid, for the family, but I think it's a false concept to do a real Minecraft movie. I think animated movie will make more sense for this kind of video game, but maybe it's just my opinion. And I'm a big fan of Jack Black, so for me, is I give me more than maybe this movie deserve for, because I love so much Jack Black. He's so funny to follow, and he's a good singer. He sing at some moment in the movie, and particularly the last song done in the end of the movie is very great. But other than that, this movie is kind of a mess for the storyline. You can see the L development behind this movie. This movie takes like 10 years to create, and you feel when you see this movie, that was a big complex project to create. But in the end, it's interesting to see for what it is. So yeah, this is for Minecraft.
Too many cook in the kitchen, as they tell everyone. Uh,
Look, it's a good kids movie. I'm surprised both. Look, it's either the most dramatic success or it's a mediocre film. But what's benefiting a lot of these weird movies there has been no stiff competition. It
that's
helped
true.
Captain America, it helped Minecraft.
Yeah.
Minecraft is it helps but it's more targeted. Like I've seen two halves. But it's also the problem too is like I'll probably see it eventually, but my problem with Jack Black is Jack Black just plays Jack Black.
Yeah.
There's no matter what. Even when he was in Ahsoka, he was Jack Black.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. There's a point where he just embraced the Bruce Campbell tradition where he just is himself.
Yeah.
And it's I don't see him as Steve, but then again, well, I do.
So, on my end of the internet, I tomorrow we talk about Minecraft. Updrape and myself, maybe Dlord if you join us. That's early in the morning for me, so that'd be like 7:45 a.m. Eastern time. I think you're like 2 hours behind me, Dlord. I'm not quite sure. I think you
You're
are.
gonna be reviewing what Minecraft tomorrow?
Yeah, tomorrow morning, really early.
I
Will
may
you join
pass because
us?
I have to see it, but I
Okay,
don't think
go
so.
watch it
But
tonight. It's short, it's quick, it's fast. It's no
you can do it.
masterpiece, but it's worth your time.
I
That's
mean,
what I gotta say.
it all depends too, because remember, I'm not going to say this. I'm going to toot my own horn. I given getting up to like 100 people towards the end of my day watching on like Kingdom Come Deliverance because people starting to, and I'm like, ah, shit. But I'll see it. I'll let you know if I watch it or not.
Okay,
It's one of those things. I'm having to play catch up today.
okay. Well, that's what's going on. And in about like 30 minutes, I will be talking about the new Jason Statham movie, A Working Man. That was a very fun flick, but don't expect too much from it. It's no masterpiece. It's
So
clearly better than Minecraft, far better than Minecraft. It's
so
not
9 out of 10 for you, I guess.
no, 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 no. It doesn't deserve such grade. But entertainment wise, that was fun. That was fun. Anyhow, stay tuned for that. in like half an hour. I'm talking a working man. Outside of that, next Tuesday we talk about Splice and Pendulum. It's like or night, and I'm excited about that. And next Thursday, if guys are still valuable, we will finish that season of Daredevil Born Again. Because a lot of people were like, oh, it was the final episode. No, guys, stop spreading misinformation. There's a ninth episode. Anyhow, we are out.